All right, I want to give you a couple of little tips on creating this bevel gear assembly that we got going. Excuse me. Um, I'm giving it to you exercise 16.6, and we're going to use the dimensions on part A uh, for this thing, and it gives you the dimensions of the two bevel gears. Excuse me, got a little frog in my throat there. Um, but when it creates the bevel gear, as you'll see when you're it it's just a flat, and as you're, well, I guess I should back up here. Let's go. You'll fill in the information that you're wanting here, but you don't have to worry about selecting these because we're not putting it into an existing component. So you don't have to click the cylinder face and the planes. You just hit OK and it will create it, and then you just place it somewhere in your assembly. And then uh, if you look over here, you'll expand out the bevel gear and then go to gear 1 and gear 2, and you can open that to do edits to it. And so it opens up just the gear itself. Okay. And I created a revolve sketch on the bottom to extend the bottom portion out. Excuse me. And I found it easier to do this by opening up each gear individually, do the sketch and constrain it, dimension it, and revolve it. And the only dimension that was critical given in the book is the backing dimension. And the way you get that, I'll show you right here. If you will look on page 740 at the bevel gear terminology sketch, 16.17, it gives you the the names and the places for all the dimensions and stuff. What what I found, which looks to be the right thing, is take this 3D sketch left or right and make it visible. And what you see now is you see the angle coming down from the uh, from the starting point of the thing right here, the angle coming down, and at this point right here. And what I did is I did projected geometry of that point right there, and then I could dimension from that point down because that gives me the I'm trying to think of the name of it right now. The pitch diameter, sorry. That shows me where the pitch diameter is. And I can dimension down because that gives me the size of the backing. Okay. And I just made the diameter of this one 3, made it 1/4 of an inch thick there, and put some fillets on it. Okay. And then that created that. And then you can put a hole in it, the diameter for the shaft. Okay. No. Okay. And you'll do that for both of them. Now this one, I think I used oh, and here on the top side, I just did a circle with an extrusion. Okay. Uh, did the same thing on the back of the small gear. Okay. Put a hole in it. And then I used my my shaft generator, and I created the shaft here and the shaft over here on the left. Okay. And then in there also use the key connection after you've inserted the shafts, and you can put in the key and the keyways automatically for it. And you kind of do that, and this key slot needs to go all the way through the bevel gear. Um, the keyway, you just got to play with the size of it to get a length I think I made this one 1.5 inches long. The slot needs to be, of course, the slot needs to be longer than the actual key. Okay. Let me pull one of them up here. Okay. So change your key type here over to a square, and these are both going to be 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch. You just have to play with the length of them. We're doing a plain groove, open on one end, and no need to, it's just beveling it out, okay? And you have to pick all your reference lines, and in the same way over here on the hub, okay? You pick that too. And that'll put your key slots in and your keys. And so there is, that's how you do it, man. Easy peasy, right? Don't get too bummed out. It's a little tricky, but it sure makes it easier than trying to draw these things individually. If you got questions, shoot me an email. Come see me in the lab.